Hi everyone, welcome to another video in the CELTA series. This video is going to be about how you can get a better grade in CELTA. So some tips that worked for me and some mistakes that I made but you shouldn't. I've made a list of all the tips, so let's get started. Tip number one is be on time. Now my tutors hated it when someone walked in late because it's not just your knowledge and your skills that are assessed, but it's also your overall conduct and attitude that is graded. So make sure that you are professional enough to be there on time. Tip number two is be participative and involved in everything that goes around in the class or in the morning sessions because when you interact and when you bring something new to the class, then the tutors observe it and they know that you're very much interested and you're here not just to get a certificate but also to learn and improve as a teacher. Tip number three is organize yourself well. Plan your assignments in advance. Keep your devices charged, and most importantly, manage your time well. Next tip is help your peers. Support them whenever they are in need, because again, I stress that it's your attitude that matters a lot. Tip number five is do not procrastinate your work because it will come back to bite you big time, and I mean it. Tip number six is sleep on time because if you procrastinate your assignments, then it's natural for you to stay up late, and one thing leads to another. You wake up late, you reach to your morning sessions late, and it's a big mess there. Tip number seven is your reflections need to be detailed. As you know that there are 8 teaching practices, and after every teaching practice, you are required to reflect on your own teaching, write down the positives, the things that you can work on, and the skills that you used, and everything. So the more you reflect, the better it is because the tutors understand that you know where you stand. Next tip is observe carefully. So it's not just reflecting on yourself. When your peers are teaching, you must observe and you must make note of all the things that went well in their teaching practice. And because at the end of the day, there is a feedback session. So all the teachers who've taught for the day, they they get feedback from the others who are not teaching but observing them. And this interaction, this feedback session is very fruitful because it helps you become a better teacher and learn from your peers. The next tip is watch your grammar and pronunciations because this is the teaching course, teaching certification course rather. The mistakes you make will be reflected by your students, and you don't want that. So just work very closely on your own, language skills. The next tip is avoid resubmissions. There are 4 written assignments and avoid failing them because if you fail one assignment, then you are asked to resubmit it to a later date. But you also have to submit your other assignments, around the same time. So you don't want multiple assignments to be submitted at the same time. That just adds to so much pressure and stress. So just avoid resubmissions totally. Just make sure you are following the instructions of the task and you know what you have to do and you do not procrastinate, and that's going to be okay. Next tip is, and the most important one, is that you must enjoy your time in CELTA. The more you enjoy, the less stressful it's going to get for you, and it will also reflect in the grades you get in your teaching practices. Your students will enjoy your teaching more, and overall it will be worth your time. There's also one more important thing that I must tell you, and that is as a teacher, it's not about you, it's about the students. So your teacher talk time needs to be very, very less. Make sure that you're not just there at the center of the class. You must always let the students take charge of the class. You're there to instruct, you're there to elicit responses from them, and you're just an anchor. So that's something that did not go well for me in the initial teaching practices, the first couple of teaching practices, because I was there trying to impress my tutors. I was there trying to show how much I know, but that was the wrong approach. And that's what CELTA teaches you. It grooms you as a teacher. And I, as time progressed in the course, I started reducing my talk time. I started focusing on the students, and I gave them more opportunities to speak. And and you know the the, the my sessions were student led. So that's what you must do as well in order to avoid any lower grade. I hope this video is helpful to you. I've tried to share as much information that I had with me, and from my own experience as well. For more questions, you can comment below, or write or email to me at the address that is in the description. Thank you.